Yellow. How am I sounding? How we sounding? We've got a full docket today, man. A real full docket today, man. Do I sound okay? Do I sound all right? Nisa, I feel like I haven't seen you in forever. Haven't been live in a second, man. Haven't been live. Oh, someone just fell in the combine. Fine, sounded good. Nisa, hope everybody's doing good. If you don't, if you don't look good, you feel good. I mean, sorry, if you don't feel good, you look good. You feel me? Shout out Kevin Hart. If you don't look good, you feel good. We got some things on docket today, man. How am I looking? I don't even have my light on, dog. What's going on? X gonna give it to you. The light's too bright. And our inserts here, Nisa's here. I'm not expecting this to be a big Latrice, how we feeling? How you feeling? Thank you. How we doing? Not expecting this to be anything big, nothing too long, but there are a few things to get into. And this particular stream was just going to be about the draft. I might pop off another stream Saturday, I'm thinking. I have a video I'm putting together for Arvell Reese. He's supposed to be running. I don't know when, I gotta be honest with you, I don't know when the 40-yard times are for the linebackers. I think they're getting measurements right now. So once those happen, I'm gonna do my Arvell Reese video. But today we do have some Shedeur talk, you know what I'm saying? Because if there's one name that dominates sports media no matter what, it's that Sanders family, man. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how during the NFL Combine Shedeur's name is just out there. So, of course, I'm going to have to address it. But more, this is something that came across my desk right as we were doing this. This particular thing came across my desk. And what it was and what it is the NFLPA's grades. And I think this is very important. This is very important, specifically to my Falcons fans. This is everything to the Falcons fans, because there's been some there's been some claims made by some Falcons fans, and I just want us to all have a very non-disingenuous conversation about what's going on and how things happen. So first off, if you're here in the live chat, looks like I got 62 of y'all. This is a random Thursday. Thank all 62 of y'all for coming in here. I want y'all to know, I don't care if it's 300 or if it's 12. Taking your time to come watch me is great. So today, what we're gonna do, I already talked about Arvell Reese. That's the big video. That's gonna be the ender. We're gonna start with these grades. It's gonna be two videos for the grades. One, we're gonna talk about Kevin Stefanski and the Browns and how they graded out, right? And then we'll have a separate video where we're gonna go through all of them. That's gonna be on the second channel. Okay, cool. Now, what we're also gonna do is gonna go through some crazy combine moments. So I got 5 wild combine stories here. I should have started the poll, but I'm gonna have you guys, my viewers, y'all are gonna vote on which one of these, right? Wait, is there a problem? Hold up. Am I live? Oh, okay, cool. I just couldn't see it. All right. But like I was saying, yeah. So we're gonna go through some of these. We're gonna go through some of this, and y'all are gonna vote at the end of it which situation is the craziest, the wildest. We got some Dion in there. We got some other stories in there. If y'all like that video, that's gonna also be on the second channel. We're gonna do that. But then we also have some Shedeur Sanders versus Deshaun Watson talk. That's always a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I think the best place to start is right here with these grades. So if y'all are ready, I say let's get into it. My forehead's glistening a little bit. I hope everybody's feeling good and feeling blessed. It's time to start yelling. Wait, is my hold up? Because if this don't work,
hey yo, what the fuck?
Okay, just had to make sure because you know it get dangerous. It do get okay. I had to make sure my soundboard was working too before we do it. Okay, linebackers on-field workouts coming up, but that's not important. We are going to talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, you know, I don't even know what to say. How do I start this video? I'm really about to talk a lot of shit in this video. Like I'm really about to get real greasy. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Falcons fans. I really tried to tell you. I think a lot of Browns fans tried to tell you. See, the lie that apparently only Shedeur fans don't like Kevin Stefanski, you're going to find out is quite wrong. It's probably why Kevin Stefanski is no longer calling plays, because to the much dismay to the NFLPA, who was officially voted to never release report cards again, guess what? Report cards got leaked. And I think, to be honest, I think this is the last year they're doing them, right? So I don't think they're going to continue to do them after this because they voted. But lo and behold, if you look at all the grades for the Cleveland Browns, and to give you context, right? This was voted on by the players. The players. So this wasn't the fans. This wasn't anything. The people in the building, this is how they felt about the Cleveland Browns. You want to go with it? All right, let's walk through it. So, treatment of families, D-. You know how I know that's true? Shout out Carly Teller. Shout out Wyatt Teller. Shout out the little Tellers. Quite adorable. I've got a little dude, as y'all know. So looking at those little dudes, it's quite adorable. I actually really like it. So I don't know if you remember. I should have had the tweet right here, but the day, because this just happened. Like, this just as I was about to get ready to record and do stuff. Leanne caught live. It's so crazy because I remember Wyatt Teller's wife tweeting out the day Kevin Stefanski got fired: "You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes." Shout out Leanne. Shout out everybody. Shout out y'all. Bubba should have got a Q minus. Hey, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. So D- there. Home game field, B-. Shout out to the Browns. Jordan Gonzalez is going on. Shout out to the Browns, right? Nutritionist says dietitian, C+. Okay, you're right in the middle of the pack. Now, locker room is an F. An F. I don't know what they was. Probably because y'all got reporters asking a rookie second string quarterbacks questions for no reason, making them go viral for no reason. Maybe that's why. I don't know. So F for the locker room. Training room, C. I know it's a C because Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and Joe Flacco all had torn hamstrings at one time in the preseason. So I know that's true. Training staff, C+. Weight room, B+. Strength coach, B+. Position coaches, B-. Shout out our guy, Billy Musgrave. Offensive coordinator, D+. D+. I don't know how old y'all are. That ain't cutting it. Ds don't get nothing. Leanne, you know what's up. Leanne, I know you remember, Leanne. A D+. Tommy Reese. And I'm not blaming you, Big T. I'm not blaming you, Tom. I'm blaming K. Stefanski. And not because I have no ill will towards Big Stefanski either. Look, hey, everyone's had their come to God moment. Shedeur has made peace with. I'm sure everybody's good. I got no beef with people just because you do your job bad. Sometimes you do your job bad. It is what it is. And when you do your job bad, you get a bad grade. So special teams coordinator D is not low enough. But Vitro, yes, these are grades from players. These are grades from players, and this is all cute, some position coaches, but this is where it gets real nasty. I'm going to show you the top 5. So the top 5 greatest head coaches in the NFL by players. The players voted on this. The players of their own teams said Sean McVay, Dan Quinn, Mike McDonald, Andy Reid, Ben Johnson, top head coaches in the league. Hey, that sounds about right. They win a lot of games, right? They got a good reputation. Sean McVay, known as he is the offensive link that has sprouted all these different offensive-minded coaches. I believe he is where the LaFleurs came from, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Dan Quinn, shout out Dan Quinn. Mike McDonald, obviously Super Bowl run, Andy Reid, all of that, right? This is great. Shout out Mike Vrabel, a whole lot of A's. What would you look? Who's at the bottom? And you know, I want to point something out. I need to point something out. Kevin, I promise you, dog, I live in Georgia. I don't want to dox myself too much, but I could make it to Flowery Branch, where the Falcons training facility is. If y'all want me to be there, first off, they can't stop me from being there. So I don't know if, you know what I'm saying? So I could pull up and be whatever. I want the Falcons to do good. I want y'all to know that. This Shedeur fan, I'm hoping that maybe Stefanski and Shedeur, maybe Stefanski just had too much invested in Dylan Gabriel. That's why he treated Shedeur so bad. But it seems like the players think that Kevin Stefanski is the worst coach in the league. Mind you, worse than two other teams that fired their coach in the middle of the season. Guys. Are we still delusional? Is it? Oh, I get it. The Shedeur fans made this list up. I feel bad for Pitt. Hey, I hope everything works. I hope everything works out. And the funny part, I know I'm joking and I'm laughing and everybody's hee and ha. I am dead serious. It's depressing when the Falcons play like they normally play. And it's very mid. Very 8-8. Very ugh. And when your head coach is ranking the worst, and let's just see, where does the Falcons' last head coach? Oh, would you look at that? The fired head coach ranks A-. A- is what A- to B is what I expect from a bad coach. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, everyone's not gonna hate you, XYZ. Do you know how bad it is? Oh, sorry, I said D'Amico. I said D'Amico Ryans. Raheem Morris, my fault. Raheem Morris. I said D'Amico Ryan. Raheem Morris, B+. But still. Mike McDaniel also got fired right under there with a B. Sean Payton, B, which is crazy because they actually won some games, did some things. But the Titans, who fired their head coach in the middle of the season, and the Giants, who not only fired their head coach in the middle of the season, but when Brian Daboll got fired, and we was there, a bunch of leaks came out about how bad of a coach he was. And somehow, what's going on, fit in my D16, what's going on? Sorry, if you're watching this on YouTube after I'm done, when I'm editing it up, I am talking to my live chat because they in here live, they're doing it big. But like I was saying, somehow the players, the people who play professional football, they said, Kevin Stefanski, we don't like you. What's the excuse? I want to know. Am I tripping? Are we wrong for thinking a guy who's only won 8 games in the last 2 years, a guy who's had to give up his pass calling, it's gonna go on 3 years because he did it twice. He gave up his pass calling duties, and then going to Atlanta, he's not calling plays. It's Tommy Reese. It's the Tommy Reese show. Let's throw Tommy Reese under the bus. Send him back to the SEC. That's what they're gonna do. They gonna give Tommy Reese a bad name. He gonna be the offensive coordinator for Georgia. And watch. I guarantee you that's gonna happen. So when when everybody looks at you, and I said this because I'm the nicest to Kevin Stefanski, and I think he's a terrible head coach. I'm the nicest. I'm nice. I don't call him no R word. I don't even say Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur. I never said none of that. But it is undeniable that you are a terrible, and specifically for these last 2 years, bad, awful, terrible. Hey, people in my chat saying a C- is too high for Kevin Stefanski. Hey. This is where we are. These are again. This isn't media members. This isn't the CU aunties. Y'all can't hide behind. Oh, but it's just Shedeur's fans. They're the only ones that think. No, dog. The NFL players that play NFL in the NFL, they think that he's a bad coach. He was voted the worst coach over coaches that literally got fired in the middle of the season. Awful. Now I have some examples to show you why because I want to approach this with some genuineness, genuinity. I want to be genuine. Is what I'm trying to say. So in being genuine, right? That's why I don't think Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur. I don't think that. I don't think that. I think Kevin Stefanski is bad at a portion of his job, and that portion is communication. I've said it for months. I've said it for a while. These two videos have been my smoking gun, right? Of, hey, this is a practical reason, right? This is a practical reason why somebody can just look and say, oh yeah, Kevin Stefanski is failing. As a head coach, a CEO head coach, one of the biggest things that you need to do is communication. One of the more important things that you have is communication. And if you're lacking in that, there are major issues that will arise. So I have two examples here that I'm going to use to show you why I think Kevin Stefanski was rated the worst head coach in all of NFL. We're gonna listen to this one real quick.
You've been here with him for a long time. What has he meant to you? What's he meant to this organization?
Yeah, I think you guys have talked to Dave over the years, and he and I have a very unique relationship. He thinks I didn't like him when I first got here, which is not true. I just told him the truth, and he didn't like that. But to watch him mature and become a leader, the energy he brings in the building, the unbelievable plays that he's made over the years. I always think to that fourth down versus Tampa, where he was banged up on. We tried to throw him a screen the play before he got tackled, twisted his leg, and so he's got a bum leg, and he goes up and makes that catch. So I think the world of the person. Obviously disappointed for this season and the injuries, but think very, very highly of the person.
So this is me being genuine, right? I hooted and hollered. I jumped up and down. I said Kevin Stefanski's bad. I gave you a bunch of reasons why Kevin Stefanski is a poor head coach. And one, the biggest to me has to be the communication, right? I think that when people want to lead, I think they're more in love with power than they are with what being a leader is. And I think Kevin Stefanski, at the base level, he can actually be a good offensive mind. There's a reason why people like Stefanski. There's a reason why he was under Kevin O'Connell. There was a reason why he was a tight ends coach at Minnesota, right there. I don't think Kevin Stefanski is some limp noodle of lack of football knowledge. But head coaches are a special breed. A head coach isn't just a football guy. He isn't just a scheme guy. He isn't just a management guy. He isn't just a money guy. He has to be everything. And when you severely lack in the way that you communicate, how can I trust you to be a CEO head coach? How can I trust you in Atlanta, where there could be potentially, right, some big personalities? Now you're lucky. Shout out Hook 'em Horns, Bijan Robinson. He don't cause no problems. Even Michael Penix, they don't cause no problems. But God forbid you bring in a real deal talent player in Atlanta, and you want to let his nuts hang, and you, Mr. I like to dodge and weave conversations. They already asked you about James Pierce Jr. Oh, what you thought it was just gonna be? You thought it was gonna be easy? Oh, I get to coach Bijan Robinson. I get to spam outside zone with Bijan Robinson. Everything gonna be alright. No, there are other things. You need to be the mouthpiece of an organization. You need to convey good conversations. You need to, whether you like it or not, make players feel like they are comfortable enough to respect you. I'm not saying everybody got to be all highs and oh my God and everything like that. But what I will say is if I'm having a conversation with you and you're telling me that, oh man, I wasn't even trying to come off like that, that often means that your communication skills, you might have messed up. Kevin Stefanski, if you tell me that actually I had no problems with David Njoku, yet I made David Njoku feel like there was a problem, that means your communication has a problem. So as I go to Shedeur Sanders, who I think lays it out beautifully, right? Actually, let's let the video play, and then I'm gonna go back to yapping. Let's do it.
I think just Coach Kev, he been real tough. He been tough, you know, and it's good. I think I grew and I learned a lot from him. I think this week we had a conversation just about things, You know what I'm saying? Just about things in general. And I feel like, you know, we grew to understand each other. You know, we share different things, you know, that we both will go through, you know. So I know he wanted this win, and I know he wants every win, but I know this one means a lot. And I don't know. I wish we all, like, as a team, and I wish everybody could have got more personal, you know, within this last year. When Sean even came over my house a couple of days ago.
And he was just talking about how he was in dark places. This was after the Bengals game, by the way. And you know, I think some people ask me, you know, why are you so, you know, quote unquote nice to Kevin Stefanski? I'm not. Trust me, I'm not nice to Kevin Stefanski. I think I'm pretty honest about Kevin Stefanski. But if I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan, I'm gonna listen to Shedeur Sanders. It seems like he genuinely said that Kevin Stefanski was genuine in his approach to try to get to know him. Here's my issue, Kevin Stefanski, and again, this is why the two videos relate to each other. How do you have your, like, hallmark tight end? How do you have him feeling a type of way? How do you have a third string quarterback when all of the noise outside is, oh, Kevin Stefanski hates Shedeur? If that's all the noise outside, you're telling me you did nothing to appease that? You did nothing to, hey, let me get and learn about Shedeur. You're telling me Shedeur Sanders has to tell us that in the final week, where y'all could win a game that literally means nothing for your job, Kevin Stefanski. Your job didn't clearly, because y'all won it and it didn't happen. So a win that means nothing, you then decide to speak to your starting quarterback and maybe get some sort of rapport. And I'm not saying there wasn't a rapport built. I know there's been reports of Kevin Stefanski and Shedeur showing up early. I get all of that. But you're not a position coach, Kevin Stefanski. If it's a position coach, hey, man, if we don't relate, get out my face. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of here. It is what it is. If you just a position coach, you know what I'm saying? Shedeur, I can't feel for you right there. It's just a position coach. He's just supposed to do whatever. We're talking about the head coach. The head coach can't get on one accord with the starting quarterback until his seventh start. Guys, and to be honest with you, I could go deeper. I could go deeper with the treatment of Shedeur. I could go deeper with the way that there was a fake competition. I could go deeper with the fact that you leaked the fact that Shedeur Sanders was never supposed to start at all. I could go deeper into so many things that happened over this season. But remember, when we complained about those things, when we complained about, hey, he's not getting reps as a developmental player, and only other starting quarterback is geriatric Joe Flacco. Oh, but y'all are delusional Shedeur fans. Well, are the NFL players that voted Kevin Stefanski as the worst head coach in the league, are they delusional? That's the question I need answered right now. Please. Is Myles Garrett delusional? Grant Delpit, Denzel Ward? They're the ones who voted on this. And it's simple. I don't think it's... Falcons fans, you don't need to rewrite the book. You just better hope that maybe Kevo likes the warmer climates better. Maybe that's what Kevo needed. Maybe Big Stefanski just needed a little bit of warmer. Makes him feel nice on the inside. I'm hoping for the health of Atlanta, for a place that I live quite next to. I'm praying to God, Kevin Stefanski, that you figure it out, because you're gonna mess up the way I live my life. All right, you really will. So hey, man, I love to see things that we knew to be true. Here it is. Kevin Stefanski, worst coach in the league. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below in the comment section. If you like it, dislike, if you don't subscribe, if you like football content. We'll see you next time. Peace. Okay. I want to talk to the chat. For a second, man. Sanders didn't know enough about Kevin to get him something personal like that. Shedeur always stutters. That's just how he talks. He does stutter a little bit. But I stutter a little bit. I'll be umming and everything. Leanne says, particularly the most visible player on the team. That's a good point, Leanne. Gigi says, I think it's more often. I bought my sister shoes. I need porcelain horse. Hey, y'all saw that porcelain horse? We're gonna do that video. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do, and then we're gonna talk about Shedeur giving the porcelain horse. Of course, Leanne. Definitely mismanaged. Oh, for sure. For sure. We can't ignore the fact that these athletes can't say what they want to. That's real. That's real. Stefanski coming to Cleveland. Shedeur gotta go belt to ass. I hope so. 1 second. I gotta grab this. Whoa. Hey, man. It's real crazy. So, what I want to do now, because this is going to go on the second channel, so I got to do a quick little, I got to remix something real quick. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to put up the waiting screen. I'm going to just put this little waiting screen up. And I'm going to be right. I'm not even going to turn the mic off. Y'all don't go nowhere. I just need to put my green screen on, because the second part of this video, how about this? Comment down below right now. Who is your NFL team? If Trizzy's in here, Trizzy, I know you're a Carolina Panthers fan. I'm not sure if Big Triz is in here though. Trizzy, I know we got some Eagles fans in my audience as well. So if you can hear my voice right now as I prepare my green screen, I need you to tell me what your favorite NFL team is. We're about to go check the ranking. Do you got a bad head coach? Can't be bad as Kevin Stefanski, apparently. Apparently nobody's as bad as Kevin Stefanski. That's what the folks telling me. that's what people's telling me, man. Oh dang, I'm about to. I got my green screen attached to my chair because I'm broke. So I almost took out my ceiling fan. Browns. Okay, we got some Browns fans. Browns. Well, we got all Browns fans. Okay, Broncos. Steelers. Nisa is a Steelers fan. That's right. Brandon Tillman is a Panthers fan. Okay. Cowboys. Leanne, you're a Cowboys fan? Oh no, Leanne. I thought you wanted. Is Penix good? That's a good question. Is Penix good? That's a really good question. Is he? I think he's good. A lot of Broncos fans. I'm assuming because of the Colorado to. That's pretty cool. Patriots. Okay. So we got Patriots, we got Panthers. That's nice. Jamaica. Jamaica does have a football team, a soccer team. Yeah, they do get. I'm in Dallas. Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you slide. You know it's Big Texans over here. We the little brothers of the Cowboys. We got beef. Steelers fan for decade. Here for Shedeur and the Brown Raiders. Okay, pick the Browns after Odell moved there. So I'm stuck. And then now, but we got 12. Hey, that's interesting. Lions. Okay. Dallas too. Okay, we got. Shout out Amber. I haven't seen Amber in a while either. What's going on? Thank y'all for letting me know what y'all favorite teams are. All right. So now that we know the favorite teams, this is gonna go on the second channel. Let's just go through all of them. We're not gonna take too much time. We're all gonna read a little bit about this grievance against the NFLPA. Actually, we're gonna start the video. So. We are live. I got my live chat. They told me all their favorite teams. We got Lions fans. We got Cowboys fans. We got 49ers fans. We got Patriots. Plenty of Browns fans, Cowboys fans, Panthers fans. So what we're going to do is the NFLPA has released, the NFLPA has their grades leaked to the public because they just had a vote to basically say they don't want these votes out anymore. The NFL owners were basically too embarrassed by the fact that their players can call them out and let them know how bad they are at their jobs. So this is what happened. The NFL won its grievance against the NFLPA, effectively banning the union from publishing future player report cards, according to a memo distributed to all 32 NFL teams and obtained by ESPN on Friday. This is back in February 13th, 2026. The NFLPA, however, said it will continue collecting the report cards' responses even if it can't make them public. An arbitrator found that the report cards violated the collective bargaining agreement by disparaging the NFL clubs and individuals. According to the memo, the arbitrator found through the hearings with the NFLPA's witness and counsel, the reports cards were designed by the union to advance its interests under the guise of scientific exercise. Well, no duh. Of course, we want to improve stuff. The NFLPA refused to produce data related to the previous surveys, and the union's witness and counsel admitted the union cherry-picked topics in response to include in the report card. So the NFL owners, with all their money, they was not too excited about this little list here. So this year, because it's, they banned it, it leaked. I don't think it leaked. I think someone specifically put it out there. So now I'm going to go in order of the teams that, that said in my chat. First things first, I have a feeling I know who didn't want this out, because Kevin Stefanski of the Browns was ranked one of the worst head coach. And then when you talk about grades from ownership, the Browns, again, one of the worst ranked owners, and the worst ranked head coach, Cardinals, is dead last with F. So that's interesting. So just want to point that out. Those teams probably don't want these report cards out too often. But starting, I had some. Well, actually, let's start with the Falcons. We're gonna come back to the Cardinals. So the Falcons, obviously the worst head coach voted by the NFLPA is now the head coach of the Falcons. Let's see how they. Now, I do want to say something. I live in, like I've said multiple times, I live in Georgia. I've gone to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium multiple times, so it's nice. So some of these I'm gonna kind of be able to have some insight on. So the treatment of families is B+. Home and game field is C-. Wait, the home field is C-? Okay, and this is what I would say. Probably because the NFL, I don't know where y'all live, but the NFL, the Mercedes-Benz is like the stadium in Atlanta. So what that means is state championships, Corky Kells, they're FIFA. Like the Mercedes-Benz is not just a football stadium. It's rarely that there's just football stadiums, but it's used for so many different things. They do this thing in Atlanta where they let you can do yoga on the stadium grass. So I can, now that I'm thinking of it, I get why that's a C-. Food dining area A-. I'm telling you, if you do nothing in your sports going career, you need to go to Mercedes-Benz and you need to just order as much food as possible. It's cheap, it's good, it's amazing at the stadium. So I understand why. I'm assuming their in-house food dining is good too. Nutrition A, locker room B, training room A-, training staff A, weight room A, strength coaches A, position coaches B+. Them Falcons A, yeah. How are you this mid, Falcons, when y'all have all these great amenities? Offensive coordinator C-, defensive coordinator A, special teams B+, team travel B+, head coach B+, general manager B+, team ownership A+. Now, Arthur Blank is known to be a really good owner. He's known to really treat people in a good way. All right, so we had some. I'm gonna go until Panthers. I'm gonna just keep scrolling until I see somebody who's put what's it called? Oh, Gigi, you seen video of the food? Very good. It's awesome. It's really good stuff. So Panthers. After Panthers, we're gonna go. We already did Browns. We'll probably scroll to see Broncos. I saw some Broncos in there too. We've already done Browns, but we'll do Browns anyway. But let's check it out. So the Carolina Panthers, a home of the Bryce Young boys, right? Treatment of families B, home game field F. Dang. I don't know nothing about the Carolina field. So y'all, my Carolina fans, please tell me no. Or let me know what's going on with that. Because food dining area is B+, nutrition's A-, locker room's a D+, training room's a B, training staff's A-, weight room B, strength coaches A-, A-, position and offensive coordinator, and then defensive coordinator B. Team travel is a D. So this is probably one of them owners who makes y'all pay for y'all flights, and maybe just put them on them commercial flights. Probably. That's pretty. Oh. That's probably what it is. And then team ownership B-. Y'all don't get them private jets. Y'all get them regular jets. That's what it was, right? So who else? I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop until all right, the Browns. Let's talk about it. The Cleveland Browns grades. We already went over this, but really quickly. Team ownership is a C. I'm gonna go on the worst. Team travel is a D- for the Browns. I thought the craziest thing, locker room F. What are they doing in the Browns locker room, dog? So, not great from the Browns. Not great. Cowboys time. Where my Cowboys fans at? Where my Cowboys? I had a few Cowboys. I got Leanne. I got Amber. Okay. And right after that, the Broncos. So let's talk about one of the richer owners, one of the more infamous owners, right? Talk about Dallas Cowboys. Arvell Reese. By the way, I'm so sorry. Because I'm doing this is supposed to be about the combine. Arvell Reese just ran a 4.53, boy. That boy, yeah, boy. Arvell Reese at 6'5" or 6'4" runs a 4.53 40-yard. Just so y'all know. Just had to, you know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. Draft day or it's combine day. Let's check it out. Cowboys. You got B for treatment of families. Okay. Home field is a C. How that big? What's it called? Not what is it? What does he call that stadium? I forgot what it's called. But how can that be bad? Like I don't see that. Okay, C for their home game field. Look, NFL players know better than me, so I'm gonna let them. They might be messing it up or do something. Food and dining area B. Nutrition is a B plus. Locker room B plus. Training room D. Training staff C. A minus for weight room and strength coaches. Anything crazy here? Nah, y'all all right. So the only real bad thing is team travel, defensive coordinator, and home field for Cowboys. So my Cowboys fans, y'all let me know. Y'all, hey. So some people in my chat saying the Cowboys need to join the CFL. What Shedeur 40 time? Shedeur did not run a 40, so we don't know. It's estimated to be in that 4.5 to 4.6 range though. Somebody asked me in the chat. But now to my Broncos fans. Let's check it out. Man, y'all looking y'all on honor roll, except for the locker room. Hey, what's up with the locker room? Because streaming families B, which we don't like that, but that's good. A for home field and dining. B plus for dietary. Locker room is a D. Training room, staff and weight room. A minus, A for strength coach. Position coach B. A minus, A minus. A minus, and B for special teams. Team travel. I think that's the highest team travel grade we've seen so far. A minus. General manager A. Team ownership. Them boys got an A plus in Denver. Okay, they doing it big in Denver. They doing it big. I did see some Lions fans in the chat too. So let's check out what the Lions got going on too. So again, this is Detroit. I don't know nothing about Detroit, Michigan. I gotta be honest with you, but here it is. So treatment of families is a B plus. Home game field is a B minus. Food / dining area is a B. Nutrition / dietitian is an A minus. Locker room's A. Training room is an A minus. Training staff's a B plus. Weight room's A. Whole lot of A's. Anything bad? Offensive coordinator C minus. General manager A minus. Ownership A. Okay. So am I missing anybody? Obviously, I'm a Texans fan. So let's talk about my people. So treatment of families, we got a B minus. Home game field, NRG Stadium gets a C plus. We got we be running too many rodeos. The Houston rodeo and that we do way too much. Only football only. Oh my God, Sonny Styles just ran a 4.49. Patriots, yes, we're gonna do the Patriots after the Texans. We looking good. A's and B's, man, we alright. We go Super Bowl. Y'all better watch out. Steelers, okay, Steelers and Patriots. That's what we need. But y'all better watch. Texas going to the Super Bowl. All right, Patriots and Steelers. Let's do it. Patriots and Steelers. So Patriots new head coach, right? Go all the way to the Super Bowl. Let's see how. Oh, and then we're gonna do the Jets too. We gotta do the Jets. Treatment of families is a B. Now you know how Stephon Diggs gets down. Now home game field is a D. I don't know nothing about Massachusetts, so maybe that's a weather thing. I don't know. Food and dining gets a D plus. That is bad for business. It's not cool when it's only Vrabel's first year, so maybe he's got to, you know what I mean. He's got to pick it up, and maybe that has more to do with Robert Kraft too. You got to think about what the owners how they weigh into this, but. Nutrition, dietitian is a B. Locker room is a C minus. C minus for the training room. Training staff is a B. Weight room is a C minus. A minus for strength coaches. B plus for position coaches. A for offensive coordinator. B for defensive coordinator. F for team travel. Oh yeah, they be making y'all pay for them rental cars, huh? They be making y'all get a zip car from Massachusetts. Yeah, that's gotta be why it's an F. I really wish there was like a short description of why. I really wish there was a why. Now let's go to the Steelers. Okay, they're right here. I'm about to say, did I pass over the Steelers? Did I not pass over? Oh my God, the Steelers! Oh my God, Steelers! No, this is awful. All right, we're gonna do this in the Jets. And then we're going back. Then we're gonna wrap it up. Oh my goodness, yo. The Steelers Treatment of families, F. I'm gonna tell you a little story. And this is only a story because I'm a Texans fan. I'm gonna let y'all. Oh, I don't know about Kraft being in them files. Is Kraft in them files? I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that. But what I will say is, that's what I was gonna say. So as a Texans fan, Bill O'Brien, he's a terrorist. He was cited as saying that DeAndre Hopkins, one, had his baby mamas around too much. The mother of his children. And then two, this is where I knew he was tripping. Then he said that DeAndre Hopkins' blind mother, by the way, she's blind, that DeAndre Hopkins also spends too much time with his mother. That's why they had to trade him. I almost cried when they traded away DeAndre Hopkins. I literally almost cried. And then to find out it was because his blind mother wanted a hug some days. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But so Steelers, I don't know what y'all are doing to get an F. Are you drop kicking mothers as they come in? F for treatment of families. F minus. Wait. I didn't know you could get an F minus. They got multiple F minuses. Hold up. Coach CJ, you saw it. You saw it before me. F minus. An F minus. Team travel's an F. Locker room's an F minus. Home field, obviously Heinz Field, it's pretty bad. So it is what it is. Wow. All right, let's end this on the Jets. We're gonna end this on. I might have speeded past the Jets. Let's see what the Jets are graded at. Oh my goodness! Wow. Cowboys, Browns, Bengals, Bears, Panthers, Bills, Ravens, Falcons. What? Oh, here we go. Boom, right there. Bow. All right, New York Jets. We're gonna end it here. Home game field F. Which of course is going to be the same for the Giants. It's MetLife. Everybody tears their Achilles and ACLs, but the NFL hates their players, so they're not going to make them play on real grass. Food and dining areas of B. A for nutrition. This is not that bad. A's and B's, they basically on an honor roll. If they could just have a field where humans are allowed to play football, then they'd be all right. Below zero, that's crazy. Well, hey, this has been fun. This has been entertaining. This is absolutely insane. Comment down below what your team is and what their grade is, and what's the most surprising grade right now. That is wild. I really have to say that is wild. I was not expecting some of that. Some of the things that I saw. What are we gonna do? Top wildest combine. Y'all want to do combine stuff next? How about this? I'm gonna do a quick poll. Y'all want all right, y'all want to do more combine stuff, or do y'all want to do some what's it called? Shedeur versus Deshaun. Y'all let me know right now. Now here's the problem. For the combine stuff, if y'all say Deshaun versus Shedeur, I'm gonna have to take this down and bring it back up. So I will say that there is a Deion Sanders story here. So please vote real quick. Is the locker room grade host like the vibes in the locker room, or the actual like structure of the locker room, or just both? Someone help me. So some of these I do kind of know what it is. For the locker room, it's combined. So it's everything. So it's like how comfortable they are, how the facility and how it's set up. Do they have good, what I'm saying, like benches or whatnot? It's kind of everything. But yeah, structure. It's how you feel in the locker room, basically. Okay, Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese is about to go on. Speaking of combine, right? Arvell Reese is about to go on his second official run. Arvell Reese ran a 4.53 40 first run. This is his second run. I'm recording this live. And then I'm about to get into some more combine stuff. Arvell Reese, second run in the 40-yard. Absolute monster of a human. Oh, it looked like a bad start. It looked like a bad start for Arvell. It doesn't matter. It's a 4.47. He just ran the fastest time as a linebacker. Oh my God, he just made some money, boy. We gonna do the Arvell Reese video tonight. A 4.47. Ugh. Oh yeah, he gonna be terrorizing a quarterback, boy. Hey man, that boy Arvell Reese 4.4. Ugh, 6'5", just a demon. Just a demon. Oh my God. All right, let's get into let's get into the combine. Let's get into the top wildest combine stories. All right. So, the combine is amongst us, and I thought this would be a really good idea to maybe go through and look at some of the wildest stories of the combine. Now, these aren't the wildest stories, but I just got 5 stories, and we're going to start with, of course, Primetime, a mythical 40-yard time from Primetime. Some people say he ran a 4.2. Some people say a 4.1. But this is what he had to say about the situation when it came to Primetime's 40-yard. Let's hear it.
Went to the combine in a business suit, clean as the board of hell, because I was
Clean
a shit
as the
down
board of
corner
hell.
before the name was even given. Then I gave you a bonus on. I wanted to go to the combine to prove everything you heard was true. It was no doubt that I was going to run the 40 and I was going to break the 40 record. That's all I came for. I don't even believe I stretched. You know why? Because I never seen a cheetah stretch before he go get his prey. And I ran it. And I ran so fast, I felt like I was floating. I felt like I was kind of coming off the ground. And as I hit the finish line, I can remember saying to myself, say it! Because I know everybody was in disbelief. I just wanted the first person to say 4.2 something, because 4.3 wasn't even in the factor.
4.29.
Whoever had a 4.29 on their clock, they should look in the mirror and slap what they see. Because there's no way I ran a 4.29. Everybody want to say, you know what? He kept straight out of the building, jumped in the limo, and go. That was my persona. This is what truly happened. After I ran the 40 and did what I had to do, I just grabbed my bags, went on back to the hotel, conducted a few more interviews, and went on by my merry way. That was it.
A legendary 40-yard time. Like, legitimately, his 40-yard time is something of the myths, right? So, prior to the annual combine in 1989, Sanders didn't want to participate much at the event since he was set to be one of the top picks in the draft that spring. He had been asked to run the 40-yard dash at the combine, but he refused initial overtures to do so. Eventually, Sanders obliged. There's no video of Sanders running the 40, but onlookers in Indianapolis said that the star athlete clocked in at 4.27 in the 80s. That boy was, hey man, that's why Coach Prime is who he is. But he didn't stop running there. Sanders bolted into the locker room and finished his day at the combine, according to former Dallas Cowboys exec Gil Brandt. There are also been unverified stories over the years that Sanders ran straight into the limo outside the Hoosier Dome and asked to be taken to the airport, adding to his legend an extremely legendary a 40-yard time, one that's going to go down in infamy of all time. I feel like Dion has told multiple stories about it. Like, he continues to tell stories about it. Oh, I ran it like this. I didn't stretch and all that other stuff. I think it's very, very fire. Wait. I'm stopping my video. Someone said, Latrice says your younger cousin is participating in the combine. First off, congratulations. That's awesome. Giants winning Dion. They have paperwork. He said no because he'll be gone by then. I paraphrased. No. That's true. So I'm probably gonna, if I do a second part, I'm gonna include that, because I'm forgetting if it was the combine or if it was like pre other stuff. Like it was like something else. But yeah, he was asked to take an NFL draft like little like questionnaire. He said, "Yeah, y'all ain't gonna be picking. We're not where I'm at anyway, so it don't really matter." So quite legendary. Okay, so now. Now, from something that's big in the mythos of the world of football, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and what he gets done. Now let's take it to another, well, really a future legend in the game, Von Miller. He will probably get a gold jacket, and this has to broach the idea or the subject, I should say, of combine questions, right? The combine interviews are quite infamous. They do have a lot going on. And it looks like Von Miller is going to share us one of his more interesting stories of getting asked something.
The craziest meeting like I had was with the Dolphins. The GM at the time was Jeff Ireland. At the time, bro, I'm naive, bro. Like, this is the early stages of fun, right? I feel like I was the best player in the draft, not just defensive player. I feel like I was the best player in the draft. I feel like I should be going number one. Then boom, like he asked me like, "Hey, so what's your weight look like?" Back then I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna start the season off at 230. And then by the end of the season, I'm end up being like 220, 218. Jeff Ireland was like, "What is the weight loss for?" And I was like, like sometimes like can't really eat like that, like throughout the season. He said, Cameron, if he starts the season at 255, he's going to end the season at 255. When you weigh in, your ass better be some weight. Like the way he was talking was just like, it didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what angle I came through. He was just going like, I just think that, bro, that's got to be so tiring to interview kid after kid and come at that angle, bro. Like, just think about, I'm looking at my angle like, damn, why he snapping me like that?
What made you have the interview with the Dolphins, even though they had the 15th pick?
I was just so worried about the perspective of what people thought like of Von Miller. So all the meetings that I had, I just took all the meetings. Talking is one of my favorite things to do, especially if it's about myself. Like,
I think that's a good point. The reason why I included this is because there are so many stories of people being asked if they are gay. There's questions about people being asked about their mom and what extra. So the combine interviews is very interesting because our guy Shedeur obviously had some lies told about him when it came to some of these interviews. When one of the greatest edge rushers of the generation is sitting down and telling you, hey, they looked at me crazy. They asked me crazy questions. They made me feel, look, and be everything crazy. And something as simple as, hey, this is how my body works. Nah, man, get the fuck out of here, dog. I don't want to hear all that. Like that's the level of dickheadishness that can happen with the NFL. But hey, that's what they've kind of grown to do. So, number 3, one of my favorite combine moments. Now, I said this. I've already made videos about this. We can all admit that we were wrong about Tyler Shough, right? Hey, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I saw this, and to be fair, there was also some preseason stuff where he like first he couldn't beat out Spencer Rattler, and then on top of that, he was like holding the ball and taking a sack on 7-on-7. So I don't know, that apparently somebody wanted to develop him because it went from this to Tyler Shough running in touchdowns, looking good. Hey, Saints fans, y'all got y'all one. I thought he was going to be a bum because of this, but I was wrong. He was voted Pepsi Rookie of the Year, which I think is like a fan vote. Yeah, we know who the real Offensive Rookie of the Year is, Big Tet. But the other situation here, you know what I'm saying, is I just how misleading and how viral this was. I remember this, man. Like you gotta kind of feel bad for Tyler when this came out. The full story of this was Tyler Shough actually went up. So this is Brett Collerman. This is Brett Collerman's video. If y'all don't know, Brett Collerman, YouTuber, he does a lot of stuff with the combine. He's very associated with the NFL. Tyler Shough literally went up to Brett. He's like, I'm gonna throw one more. I'm gonna just like whatever. I'm gonna joke. Like you can see at the end, he switches his. See, he's dicking around. But it did make a lot of people think that you were bad at football. I do want to say perception does mean something, ladies and gentlemen, because I thought he was ass. Turns out he was pretty good. Now, it helps having a really good offensive line of Chris Olave, but that boy Tyler Shough can indeed ball. Now, what about Xavier Worthy breaking the record? I can't show it. Obviously, I can't show you combine records, but the former University of Texas player did break the record. And the reason why this stood out to me as a Texas fan and someone who watched Xavier Worthy for 2-3 years, especially coming out of Alabama and XYZ before he transferred over to Texas, I was not expecting him to break the record. I knew he was fast. I knew he was twitchy. I knew he could run a 4.2 something. I was, oh yeah, that's possible. I didn't expect him. Like, I don't think anybody went into. Matter of fact, no. That was Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond said he was going to break the record and ran a 4.65. I think he ran a 4.6. He ran a 4.6. That's hilarious. So, before showing his speed for the Kansas City Chiefs in 24, Worthy would put on a show and bet on himself in a big way at the Combine. The Texas product entered the showcase as a candidate to run the fastest 40 time after displaying great speed during his time in Austin. Worthy's first run threatened the record of John Ross, posting a 4.25. Second time that just missed Ross's by 0.03 of a second. He initially appeared to be satisfied with his result, taking off his cleats to suggest that he was done for the day, but he opted to go for the second and risk putting up a worse time, initially posting an unofficial time of 4.22 on his second run. After a few moments, the official time came in, and Worthy had in fact broken the record, as the scoreboards at Lucas Stadium showed Worthy's time of 4.21. He ran around the stadium and received congratulations from other prospects. Thought that was dope. Really good moment as well. Just dope to see some things happen like that. Now, I think this is important because it relates back to what's happening right now. As we know, Anthony Richardson is now looked at to be someone who could get drafted, or not drafted, who could get signed a big money when it comes to the free agency world, right? And he obviously
here he is running a 40-yard dash and
burned at 4.44. No Jay-Z as a quarterback. The arm was huge. The vertical jump was 40.5. The broad jump was 10.9. Best since 2003. I think that was Jamarcus Russell that put those numbers up too. So, I mean, just a freak of nature, right? So this is from Fox Sports. Richardson wasn't the most productive quarterback in college. He only started one season at Florida and thought he had some struggles in the passing game. He is one of the top running quarterbacks of the college during the 22 season. With some questions surrounding where he'd go in 23 draft, Richardson helped solidify himself as a top 10 pick with a dominant combine performance. He ran the fourth fastest 40 time ever for a quarterback, 4.43. He also set records for the best vertical jump, broad jump ever for a quarterback at the Combine. Due to those testing results, Richardson became the third quarterback to ever earn a perfect relative RAS score, joining Dante Culpepper and Cam Newton. But he also lit it up on the passing drills, launching throws that traveled at least 60 yards in the air. This turned Anthony Richardson into a number 4 overall pick, and he has yet to fulfill the things that he has. He taps out of games, but man, can that boy run fast. These were 5 crazy moments in the Combine. Y'all let me know if y'all want to do some more. All right. Let's talk a little bit. Yeah, hey, you know what I'm saying? Oh, how did Shedeur make headlines? Oh, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. I was just about to say, we're about to go right back to Shedeur right now. So, the big question is the Shedeur Sanders competition, right? So, we're about to get into this, and we're going to speak about the Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders competition. Obviously, our guy, Zach Jackson, doesn't believe there's a competition, but he also doesn't tell truth, so it's going to be hard for me to believe anything that he says. One quick second. This is what I need to do. I need to, what's it called? How do you call it? I need to, oh, here it is. Perfect. I'm going to keep the mic on again. All I need to do is take off my green screen, and we're going to crank out some situations here. So, let's get the situation crank. Hey, we finna crank the situation. Where we at? Y'all like how I did that? Y'all like how I switched it up? Yeah, but shout out Kenny 49ers. Richardson really fooled the Colts. I mean, my God, top 4 pick. And now he finna fool the Browns again. Y'all heard what Zach Jackson said. I heard Zach Jackson. Y'all heard what he said, right? Colts, yeah, the Colts are done with Richardson. The Colts, actually, Richardson has, and the Colts they've agreed on being able to let him seek out a trade. So this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna give you Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur, which is really about Shedeur buying the porcelain horse. Okay. Then I want to go Arvell Reese, and if we have time, then we'll go Ty Simpson, right? But we've done a lot this stream. It's been a fun stream. I'm not trying to be on here for too long. But Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders, right? Let's really get into the nitty and the gritty. One second. All right. Shedeur Sanders versus Deshaun Watson. That's what Todd Monken says. And he says it's going to be decided who's QB1 even when they get out of OTAs. By the time they in the preseason, we going to know if 12 can beat out a former Pro Bowler, former MVP level player in Deshaun Watson. So we got to see it. So let's hear what the big Riz had to say about just wanting a fair shot for our guy 12. Let's hear it.
If you're not a Shedeur fan, okay, fine. But you got to believe a quarterback playing well on a rookie contract is exactly what you need after the Watson deal.
Wow.
Now, if you get something out of Deshaun Watson, that's great. The biggest obstacle for faces is he hasn't played. You can't go. Aaron, in the last 5 years, Deshaun Watson has played in 19 games. Jeez, man. You've got to play in the league consistently. Even a year off is awful. But to play 19 games in the last 5 years, I don't know. I would expect, hey, if Shedeur can't beat out Deshaun Watson, then we'll move on.
You know, it's very funny because Stephen A. Smith made the exact opposite argument. So let me, I'm pausing the recording. Let me see if I can find this. I'm so happy Riz said that because it reminded me of this video. Stephen A. Smith, he basically called out Deshaun Watson, which I thought was interesting. I think it's a really good point. And I think it's something that just watch how the narrative changes depending on who wins the job. I want you to be very mindful of how things change. So I'm going to play the audio here because
I think there's two teams that are it's right. There's nothing that you 5 quarterback in Watson, and so in that two
is 26th amongst 30 qualifiers, 73 passer rating, 29th among 30 qualifiers, 36% success rate, 29th among 30 qualifiers. If you have those numbers, and a new coach comes in, and he's talking about he has seen a let me say.
All right, yeah, so here we go. I got it. I'm going to have to do it. So this is ESPN, so I'm going to have to keep it off screen. But what did Stephen A. Smith have to say about the situation?
No, I'm damn sure not going to mention them. I'll leave that to Dan Orlovsky. I ain't going to mention Dylan Gabriel. I ain't thinking about Dylan Gabriel.
Okay.
About Shedeur Sanders.
Dylan Gabriel is crazy.
16.7 points per game, 29 out of 32 teams, 59% completions, 26th amongst 30 qualifiers, 73 passer rating, 29th among 30 qualifiers, 36% success rate, 29th among 30 qualifiers. If you have those numbers and a new coach comes in and he's talking about he has seen elite skill level traits in you, he's giving you the benefit of the doubt, which is a plus, which is better than what Shedeur Sanders had last year. Because with Kevin Stefanski and his staff, it seemed very reluctant to bring him on board. When they brought him on board, they seemed reluctant to give him an opportunity. When they gave him an opportunity, they seemed reluctant for him to shine. So bottom line is that this is a better situation for Shedeur Sanders. There is no doubt about that. We wish him luck. He's got a lot to prove, like both of y'all have highlighted. But he does seem to be in a better situation with Todd Monken in terms of a coach apparently willing to give him a chance. I'm going to bring up the name Deshaun Watson for this reason. When I see some of these stats for a guy that got paid $230 million guaranteed, 19 starts in what is it, in 4 years?
4 years.
19 starts,
barely
a 9-10 record, 61% completions, 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and an 80 passer rating. And I'm thinking about this, among 50 quarterbacks with at least 500 pass attempts since 2022, Dan and Kimberly, he was 42nd in completions, 48th in pass yards per attempt, 42nd in passer rating, and had the second worst sack rate behind only Justin Fields. My God, how awful can you be? There's nowhere to go but up. And Deshaun Watson is still getting paid. Let me look on national TV and tell Deshaun Watson this. Considering the Cleveland situation, combined with the money you're still owed, if you can't win the starting job in Cleveland this year, you need to retire.
Hey, I disagree with a lot of things that Stephen A. Smith says, maybe because I'm just not a big basketball guy. I could not agree with that sentiment even more. And what he's saying, and this is what I agree, is that you're looking at a scenario where, and this is where, you know, the media is they're gonna flip flop. If Shedeur wins or if Shedeur loses, if they're going to make it, they're going to try to set it up, because Shedeur becomes QB1. Well, they can just rattle off all those stats that Stephen A just said. He's only played 19 games in 4 seasons, XYZ, blah, 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 XYZ, and they can say that, right? But then on the flip side, right, if he does or doesn't, then they could be like, oh, well, he was a Pro Bowl player, which he was. He was an MVP level talent before Kevin Stefanski and the awful injuries, mostly the awful injuries. But Kevin Stefanski had a part in it, right? And maybe he can get that back to that level. So you're already seeing the way the media is is framing it, right? I just want you to be mindful, right? There's gonna be some people, specifically in the Browns media, that are gonna say, "Wow, Shedeur is so bad because he couldn't beat out Deshaun Watson," right? And then there's other people that are gonna say, "Wow, Deshaun Watson, the MVP level player, of course he beat out Shedeur Sanders." I just want to make sure y'all know that's the media is just putting out calls right now. They throwing things out. But what I do want to ask you, if you're watching this video, comment down below, which one is it? Is it impressive or not impressive if Shedeur actually beats out Deshaun Watson? Again, someone who did play at a high level. The reports from the Browns, at least if you believe Mary Kay Cabot, was apparently that Deshaun Watson looked like one of the sharper quarterbacks the last time we saw throw the football. All I know, I hate to yell, all I know is Deshaun Watson doing this? Hold up.
In fact, for my birthday, I got this package. I thought it was for my wife. It's like this package, and opens it up. It's like this porcelain, like horse head, and it's from Shedeur. He sent me a gift on my birthday, and I asked him. I said, "What was the meaning?" He said, "Well, I just really liked it." He said, "I got myself one." I said, "Well, great."
So there, I love this. Some people might ask me why I'm a Shedeur fan. I can go on about, lineage and, loving Sanders and growing up watching and the importance of football. Can I be honest with y'all? Shedeur is hilarious. like I want Shedeur to be good. Like it originally was because of, Sanders and I just like Shedeur is hilarious. Like, do you know how funny it is to send another grown man a porcelain, and how cool it is too? Like that's like, I know he didn't think nothing of it. Like just the idea of, hey, it's Coach's birthday. I like this horse. Let me get one for Coach. Like a porcelain horse, I would never even think of what do you even do with a porcelain horse? Is that something that you put on your desk? Do you put it outside? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what a porcelain horse looks like, first off. Second off, Shedeur Sanders is hilarious. He is genuinely fun and funny, and it's just sending coaches at. But in all seriousness, if I could take something serious out of that, I mean, it was reported that Tom Monken hasn't talked to Myles Garrett. Carson Schwessinger openly said that he hasn't met Todd Monken, right? Shedeur's at the facility. Shedeur's giving gifts to the head coach. Look, whether you like him or not, Shedeur Sanders is doing everything he can to be in the good graces of his coach. And that, at its bare minimum, you have to look at it and be like, okay, he's serious about this, right? It's not just about buttering people up, right? It's more about, hey, how can we build this relationship? Shedeur was the first person the first day he's there. Now he's giving them porcelain horses. And for my young people, because I had never, I'm kind of young too. For my younger people, there's another funny part to this, and it's if you've seen The Godfather. Now I don't want to spoil anything for you. Again, that movie was released in like the 70s, so you should know by now. But there is a scene where someone gives a gift of a horse. It was a horse head, right? And obviously that meant like some thing like they were about to get like, again, I haven't seen the movie, but it's supposed to be like, it was an ominous warning of like, hey, don't mess with us or the Gambino's gonna come with that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Right? But so that's kind of funny. But at the same time, I think it was just, shout out to my commenter, Kenny 49ers. I think this is just rich people gifts, right? You know what I'm saying? Like just Shedeur giving some rich people gifts. Now, let's go deeper, right? Let's talk about the conversation of Shedeur, the competition, and some different things. So now, speaking of competition, everybody's favorite Andrew Berry had this to say on Sirius XM when it came to
we love
Shedeur.
Competition all up and down the roster, and no different at the quarterback position. I think Shedeur did some really nice things as a rookie. Had his typical rookie struggles like we saw with all the rookie passers this year, and we're looking forward to seeing him make strides as we move forward. What that room looks like, I wish I had a crystal ball, but but I can't predict that right now. What it'll look like as we get to May and as we get to OTAs, but that doesn't scare us. We look at it as an opportunity, and certainly we're looking forward to seeing the growth that Shedeur makes.
Yeah, and is that something that you and Todd Monken has been able to come together and look at? Because Dillon Gabriel's still in that room as well, right? Who was drafted before Shedeur Sanders. So do you envision signing a veteran presence to compete with those guys this season?
I think that's all yet to be determined, to be honest with you. I think a big part of the next few weeks is not only getting to know the veteran market, but the draft class as well. And weighing that against your internal options as well. Todd and I have talked a lot about quarterbacks. He's looked at those guys intently. The 3 guys that we have in the room, we'll continue to work at it, and we'll see where we land in the next few months.
First off, shout out Leanne. Okay, so Leanne is educating me right now. So first things first, before we get into the football talk, horsehead talk. So Leanne says it was the man's prize horse that they chopped it, you feel me, and they put it in the man's bed as a warning. So it was communicated that they are ruthless and that he wasn't untouchable like he thought. The man did what they wanted him to do after that. So if you look at it from a negative perspective, right? Maybe Shedeur is like, hey man, make 12 QB1 and we're going to have some problems. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the prime ranch going to give you a call. But no, I don't think that's what it is. But obviously the joke was that. Now, people in my chat are talking about it. And, it's so crazy. After watching both of those videos, the 2 people I'm more focused on are Deshaun Watson and Dillon Gabriel. Do you think it's so interesting how if Shedeur doesn't beat out Deshaun Watson, Shedeur is a failure. Again, this is what the media, the Browns media, this is what they have to say, right? But Dillon Gabriel, y'all don't care about him. That's y'all's 3rd round pick, and this is my pick. What's going on, Intel Plays? That is the 3rd round pick, and by the way, I know Todd actually he likes horses. That's Shedeur knows that he likes horses. He got him one. I know that's the real thing, but this is the thing. 2 things, right? So people keep asking the Browns, Todd Monken, Andrew Berry, are you going to bring a veteran presence? Are you going to bring a veteran quarterback? Are you going to bring a veteran quarterback? Is Deshaun Watson not a veteran quarterback? Is he not? Like, and this is what I mean. How sad of a quarterback room do the Browns think they have, or do other teams think they have, that they just don't even think about Deshaun Watson and they don't even think about Dillon Gabriel? If we're being honest, the conversation is had is either Shedeur or Shedeur versus somebody. If we're being honest, the actual conversations in media is Shedeur and Shedeur versus somebody. Now, does that mean anything? Does that mean Shedeur has the fast track? I hope so. I really do. But all in all, I think it's so interesting that Dillon Gabriel gets lost in this. Dillon Gabriel doesn't win, he's not supposed to win it. Deshaun Watson almost has like a pass if he doesn't win the starting role. He's injuries, he's beamed up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to tell a team, and again, a team that in last free agency signed 2 quarterbacks and then drafted 2 quarterbacks, right? Now we're talking about they're signing a quarterback again in the free agency and or drafting another quarterback. Guys. Dillon Gabriel was the 3rd round pick. Third round picks are extremely valuable. Not when you just throw them away on potential extra quarterbacks. It probably don't work too great like that. But I do think it's quite funny that the conversation now has focused in so much on Shedeur. Not the guy in Dillon Gabriel who apparently got the keys to the castle first. Who got more of the reps. Who was there. Not Deshaun Watson who, to be honest with Stephen A. Smith, that's how everybody should be looking at this. Deshaun, if you lose this as a Texans fan, you did all that freaky stuff in them hotels and you can't complete a pass anymore? Nasty. Hang him up. You should retire now. So, interesting conversation. Y'all comment down below. Do you think it's going to be Shedeur versus Shedeur versus Deshaun Watson. Is Dylan Gabriel a factor? DG took Kenny's girl. I see. DG took Kenny Pickett's girl. I believe it. I believe it. But what do y'all think is going on, and what do you think is ultimately going to get the starting position for Shedeur Sanders or for the Cleveland Browns? Man, I don't think I've ever seen a more hectic offseason, more entertaining offseason for a bad team. But here we are. Y'all be great. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, I want to talk about my guy Arvell Reese. Can I do it? Can I talk about the scariest man in the NFL Combine? This is a bad man. This is a bad dog right here. Watson can compete in a massage parlor, but couldn't compete in a full season for. Hey, talk about it. Talk about it. What's the best case scenario for the Browns? We're gonna do this Arvell Reese, and then we're probably gonna finish it off. It's getting a little late. Yeah. Oh my God, it's 8:00. This is gonna be our last video. This is gonna be our last video. I will still have. Be on the lookout. There's going to be an AJ Brown trade video coming out. There's going to be some other videos coming out, but this is going to be the last video. SS starts or sign Malik Willis. So y'all hit that poll. We're going to end this. This is going to be our last video. We're going to talk about our guy Arvell Reese. Now, I do need to grab something because obviously he ran his 40 time. 4.47. Ugh. I mean, ugh. 4.47. I want to see. It just said she. Hey, they just. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, Anthony Hill. That's what I'm talking about, Anthony Hill. Anthony Hill with a 4.51. Sonny Styles with a 4.47. Oh my. Yo, what are these Ohio State linebackers smoking? What the fuck? How the fuck? These niggas is 6'4" and 6'5" running 4.47s at the linebacker position. Jesus. Wow. Hey, that's what the Zach Jackson says. It's Malik Willis. Hey, man, I don't. You feel me? I don't. You know what I mean? So y'all tell that to the people. So let's talk about it. My goodness, Arvell Reese might have just made himself the #1 overall pick. I don't know. Fernando Mendoza, watch out. That boy ran a 4.46 official. By the way, Ohio State's about to be linebacker you. Sonny Styles, 4.46. Hook'em Horn, shout out Anthony Hill. Let's talk about Arvell Reese. He's an absolute demon, right? He's 6'4". He plays on the edge, and he understands that the Jets want to pick him. But does he want to be a New York Jet? You probably shouldn't want to be.
Yes, sir. Who do I take away from?
From the Jets organization.
That meeting was a lot of. They installed something and wanted to see where my head was at. I think that's a serious organization, and yeah, I respect the guys I met with. I respect that rule. So.
He said. Yeah, man, Arvell Reese. This is my new favorite NFL player. Did he just say?
I think that's a serious organization, and yeah, I respect the guys.
He said, I think it's a Nah, it's a serious organization. Like, dog, it's the Jets. Aaron Glenn didn't have an interception for a whole year. It's sad and depressing. You sat down in that Jets interview and said, my God, I'm better off playing at Ohio State. There's better defensive coordinators there than the Jets. I'm sorry, Arvell, but you're probably putting that green on unless somebody makes a trade. And for 4.46 speed, I'm making a trade for him. If you don't know who Arvell Reese is, really quickly, because we're going to listen to a few more of his videos. He's a freak of nature out of Ohio State. He's an edge / off-ball linebacker. He's getting a lot of Micah Parsons comps. He's bigger, longer, seemingly faster.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
He is bigger, longer, and faster, seemingly, than Micah Parsons. He's a absolute psycho, off the ball, on the ball. He really is the Predator from Alien vs. Predator. It's him, and just a helmet on. He completely took Arch Manning and put him in a little cradle. I'm a Texas fan. Made him look like a little bitch. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. He's a scary man, and I think the scariest man in the NFL draft. And any team would be happy to get him. And apparently, the Browns, because again, Ohio State, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Maybe can the Browns pick up Arvell Reese? Let's hear it.
That'll mean a lot. That would mean a lot because I'm from Cleveland. That would be crazy, but it'd just be a blessing to go anywhere, honestly.
What did it mean to you to represent Glenville, whether it be at Ohio State or now in the NFL?
That means a lot to me because I've been playing with the Titans since I was 5 all the way till I was 13. So it just means a lot to me to be one of those guys who kids can now like look up to. Because there's a bunch of guys I looked up to growing up, I wanted to be like, and it feel good to be doing something good.
You know, I appreciate Arvell Reese. There's two conversations. One, what's it going to take for the Browns to move up to pick 2 to get Arvell Reese? Let's talk about it. Myles Garrett, Arvell Reese on another side, Carson Schlesinger. Oh my God. That would be nice. That would be nice. But I want to stop and have a little sappy moment here. I really appreciate. It's another reason why I'm a big Shedeur fan. Y'all know that. I really appreciate when these young men appreciate what they look like for the younger guys, right? The little dudes that look up to you. I'll never forget what it was like being a pee-wee football player on the sideline, watching the high school, watching the upper level pee-wee, and literally looking up to those guys, literally being like, man, I wish I could do those things. I wish I could jump like them, cut like them, swag like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think, you know, he's a demon and he's going to be terrorizing quarterbacks. But it also makes me feel good on a human perspective that, hey, one of the things that he's valued is, hey, look, I can represent a place that I'm from. I can represent a place that I've seen people like me. I've seen them look up. And, hey, now I'm breaking the model, running 4.46 at 6'4". Just an insane psychopath. So, now, the real question in conversation, speaking about Arvell Reese, right, is versatility, and is that versatility a hindrance, right? He's an off-ball linebacker that sometimes lines up on the edge, and some of the conversations could be about, well, is he enough, you know what I'm saying? Is he honed enough at one position, right? Is he truly a master of none, or does that versatility ultimately just give him more value on the defense, and he's going to answer to that.
I mean, that's what I did all last year. I was down on the line and 5 down. With 4 down, I was off the ball. So I'm used to that. I did that all last year.
I mean, why do you feel you're able to do that
I think I played both positions pretty decent. Like I said, I got a lot to get better at edge, and I got a lot to get better at linebacker, but pretty decent at both positions, I think.
If you're an outside linebacker, how comfortable are you dropping down and maybe covering in the pass game?
Oh, very comfortable. Very comfortable. Did that a lot last.
Hey, he said, did y'all watch the film? Because I gets busy, and you know we're gonna watch a little bit of film, man. We gonna watch a little film now. Something that makes all of this make even more sense. That I'm sorry, Arvell, you better start looking at. I heard it's expensive in New York. You better find somewhere in New Jersey, because just recently, this same morning, Jermaine Johnson was traded to the Titans, and Titans picked up T'Vondre Swift. Now, if you remember, the Jets traded away Quentin Williams as well as Sauce Gardner, so they were missing some interior defensive linemen. T'Vondre Swift, former University of Texas player, so he's got a special place in my heart. So you add to the interior, you lose an edge player, so it would really make a lot of sense that you bring in, guess what, an edge player. So let's take a look at this dude. This dude is... He's the size of a defensive end. He has the fluidity of a safety and linebacker, right? And he looks like a crazy, psycho, insane animal that just eats offensive linemen for breakfast. So here he is, Can I slow this down a little bit? Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Let's go. We're going half speed. Here's Arvell Reese. Again, he stood up. I would really like to see him, fill out a little bit. But again, if he's gonna to keep the versatility, he's gonna have to stay seemingly a little bit more slim so he can still drop. But I would like to see him get a little wider in the ass, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sorry.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Now, what I love about this first rep here, right? Playing the run is it's not shiny, it's not glitz and glamour. Kenny 49ers, you be great. Peace. It's not glitz and it's not glamour. It's not a beautiful thing, right? And even so, defending against the run, right? That's really where you see what type of player you are. So you're gonna see him. He's kind of in this 9. Is this a 9, right? I can't see because there's an H-back and a tight end. It's like that boy in a 12, but he's like kind of in this wide 9, face up on this tight end. What I love about this is he brings the power to the tight end. You're going to see some defensive players kind of sit and wait, but no, hey, I'm going to go through you. I'm going to bench press you off. I'm going to gap and look for you, and then I'm just going to throw you around like a rag doll and then collapse this whole hole. So mind you, this is a inside zone. It looks like it might be duo because they're trying to climb to the backers possibly, but it looks kind of like inside zone, right? I said that to say that clearly this back wants to hit this front side A gap, right? He wants to, or maybe he bends it back to the backside A gap. All of this is shut down. Now, I do think he could probably, come here, but you do have 2-6 that's about to come get you. So you have all of this. Mind you, the man who makes the play is the backside end. He throws a man. He has him twisting and swirling and twirling, and he just completely compresses the backside of this play. Very scary stuff. So now let's talk about him playing linebacker. What can he play Mike Backer? Well, here he is blitzing from the Mike Backer position, and he just absolutely forklifts a grown man. He did a lot of blitzing, honestly, from the Mike position, so completely forklifts him. And there he is running like a bat out of hell against a running back because he just put him in his lap. Real deal psycho man. Now, talk about getting out in coverage. Now, look at this. Look at the situation, right? You have the safety that's high, so technically this linebacker is probably going to be asked to handle this slot in some way, either cover this space or go out there and go get him. And it looks like he's going to just go out there and go get him late. He's going to cycle over. And look at the recognition. Look at him recognize what's happening. See the eyes of the quarterback. Oh, he's throwing that right now. Oh, this is a screen. Puts his foot in the ground, and it is inside out. Inside out. Now, this is the fundamentals of football, right? If you play football, a lot, when you talk about open field tackling and or sacking, a lot of it has to do with how am I going to angle this? Where am I going to put my body weight, and where's my trajectory to ensure this is going to be a clean tackle? Look at where his angle is inside. So what he wants to do is force this screen to his help on the inside. He's not going to come outside and give him a lane. No, he's eating the inside here, eating it up. So if you dare decide to go do it, oh, don't worry, I got you, big dog. I'm gonna scoop you up. I'm gonna lay you down. How about he just move bodies, right? Again, I like the way they played games a lot of times with him. He's gonna line up here, and then he's gonna switch out here, and then get a great against a tackle, and look at him just kicking up gravel, dog. 4.47 speed. He's got his hands in there. Can I see his hands? How's he got his hands in there? Only thing I don't like, I will say, is that he just dips his head and just goes. I would like to see him keep his eyes up so he knows what he's doing. But it don't matter when you're gonna obliterate. He obliterated a right tackle. He's gone. It's over with. It doesn't matter. Roll it up. I'm putting the tackles in the quarterback's lap. That's what I do for a living. That's all I do. How about against Ohio? Ooh, I'm a fake. Oh, I'm actually a spy. Ooh, actually, I got lateral movement. Get on the ground. Arvell Reese. Please remember the name at 4.47. He's a scary human being. And apparently he's just scratching the surface.
Discussion about Micah Parsons What part of your game do you like the most? And would you want to be more of an edge guy if at all possible? Or do you want to be an off the ball? You want to be a combo? What's in your heart?
As of right now, the part of my game I like the most It's the violence I play with. I wouldn't put it
Look
to no
outside. That's why I have a chair between me and him right now. All right, 'cause I'm afraid he might strike.
I like
I'll
psycho.
say the violence I play with as of right now. I feel like I got so much room for improvement at both positions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I'm, in my eyes, I thought I did pretty decent at both positions.
So you're scratching the surface as far as you're concerned.
Yes, sir. I'm only scratching the surface right now. It's so much more for me to learn as far as developing a better pass rush, becoming better in coverage, playing with better pad level. I feel like I only scratched the surface of what I could do and what I could learn, and I feel like I'm always learning. Yes, sir.
Arvell Reese, he is the scariest man in the NFL Combine. 6'4", 240. He's probably going to play at 250. 4.46 speed, and apparently he's just getting started. He is a bat out of hell. He's violent. He enjoys the violence, and he is going to turn any defense he joins to into a very scary unit. Man, I'm excited, man. This dude right here. I know Ohio State beat up on my Longhorns. I get it. Y'all did it twice in the same year. I understand. But I gotta give y'all's props when y'all do it, because these boys is great. Shout out to Leanne. The attitude is great. He wants to learn more, but he understands that violence and being a demon is a part of what he does best. Y'all better look out, man. This boy gonna be crazy. Comment down below what you like, what you don't like. Subscribe if you enjoy football content. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right. That is the stream. That is the stream. I've got a little itty bitty person who's making lots of muckus, right? I cannot thank y'all enough for the 140 people in here, 2,000 people who stopped by. Y'all want more streams? Y'all want more streams? Yes or no? I'm gonna leave a poll if y'all want more streams or not, man. But yeah, man, I'm trying to y'all know I had, you know, gotta get back in the swing of things. Have my little individual, my little dude, right? And I'm just getting Intel Plays, thank you so much. You're always here hanging out. Appreciate your Intel Plays. Nisa, thank you so much for doing what you do. Always in here every single stream. Nisa don't miss. Nisa never miss. Leanne always commenting on both channels. Appreciate you. Who else is in here that I can see? Grape Tea. Grape Tea, that's the second channel. Y'all make sure y'all rock with Grape Tea. Kenny 49ers, I know he's gone, but he was talking a lot too. Shout out Coach J88. I know you did some big stuff as well. T Beezy was good. Gaming Low Key. I mean, just everybody, man. I really appreciate y'all rocking and rolling with me. The support has been phenomenal. Let me go scoop up a little dude. There's going to be a video out tonight. More videos in the morning. Combine's fun. Probably another stream Saturday.